to me the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about what people say about you when you're not in the room. So this should be a really interesting reading. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's so good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. Now, keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. You can find a link to my new website down below in my description box. That website has a page on it that will tell you all about my current readings and sessions that I offer. You will also find links to my social media in that description box as well. So before you see 3 piles of cards and a sticker on top of each one, and these are your psychic linking objects. I will be pulling letters for initials and charms at the end of each group, and I'll pull additional cards for clarification as needed. So I will be showing you the stickers close up. Group 1, you are the pink Cupcake. What do people say about you when you are not in the room? Group 2, you are the ice cream. What do people say about you when you are not in the room? Group 3, you are the chocolate cupcake. What do people say about you when you are not in the room? Okay guys, so those are the groups you have to pick from. I will insert a little video with some music so you guys can kind of chill out and see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys.
One shot to the head, I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead, I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed, and I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change, I got one life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging, don't you forget. Everything is so boring, can't get up in the morning. I'm so sick of the one shot to the head, I need a blank space. 'Cause everything is a threat, but I never back down. Man, I'd rather be dead, I'm making love to fate. And she look better in bed, and I'ma rock this life till I take my last breath. I wanna make a change, I got one life left, so I'm gonna go down swinging, don't you forget. I've gotta find a new purpose, something actually worth it. I wanna look in the feeling so worthless. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging, look deep within. I get lost in the feeling, I just need a win. I'm going off, I know it's time to make a change, and I can take the pain. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging, look deep within. I get lost in the feeling, I just need a win. I'm gonna find my meaning, I can make a change. I wanna play the game. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging, look deep within. I get lost in the feeling, I just need a win. I'm going off, I know it's time to make a change, and I can take the pain. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go down swinging, look deep within. I get lost in the feeling, just need
Hey, group one, all of you that selected this cute pink cupcake, this is going to be your reading all about what do people say about you when you're not in the room. So this should be a really interesting reading. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I'll be getting initials and charms at the end of the reading, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So let's get into these cards. We have a monk nun, selfless devotion, and single-minded dedication to spirit. The shadow attributes are negative judgment of the physical world, excessive piety. What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Queen, light attributes, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Shadow attributes, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. Okay. All right, you guys. Are you controlling and demanding? Hey, it's okay to have not expectations, but standards. It's okay to be expected to be treated a certain way and to not accept people to treat you less than, okay? That's all right. Don't let people make you feel bad for that. A lot of times people will gaslight you or make you feel badly because they want to treat you like shit. And you're like, oh no, you're not going to treat me like shit. And then they make you feel like, oh, well, you think you're better than me. It's not about me being better than you. It's about me knowing who I am and not allowing you to treat me like garbage. And I feel like for you guys with this monk, nun, and queen energy, I feel like you have had people treat you badly. You know what that's about, and you've outgrown that. Like you're not going to have that anymore. So you don't have patience for that shit. We have salt, protection. There you go. Yeah, you're protective of your energy. You're choosy about where you put your energy. And people talk about that. They feel it when you are not in the room. They talk about like, this person's kind of guarded. They're kind of, how I would explain it, it's like you may not wear a hoodie everywhere you go, but it's like people feel this energetic hoodie when they're around you. Like you just have this almost barrier around you of protection. And if people don't have good intentions, you pick it up. You pick it up, bitterness. So some people pick this up as you being a little sour, a little salty. That's okay. I feel like those people who pick up like bitterness or saltiness may not have the best intentions anyway. So fuck them. Fuck them. Okay, we have faithfulness. Yeah, I feel like you are down. Like when you let someone in, when they get past your barriers of protection, like you're down for them. Okay, let's look at some of these tarot cards. We have the Queen of Wands. There's the queendom. The Queen of Wands is the sexiest queen in the deck. Not the most sensual, the sexiest. Very attractive, very charismatic, smart. We often don't talk about the wittiness of the Queen of Wands. Okay, she has a snapping personality. She is energy, not gender. This is the divine feminine energy that is very balanced in their masculine energy. Okay, very fiery. This queen doesn't put up with any bullshit. And that's something people pick up on. And they talk about it. They're like, see this trifling bitch over here talking about you behind your back when you leave the room? Yeah, they pick up on it. Okay, jealousy, envy, like wanting to be you. And also, I feel like people with this bitterness, some people feel like they're not accepted by you. Like they didn't get the magic decoder ring. I mentioned that in another reading, but that's kind of how it is. Like some people feel like access to you is a secret club and they just can't be a part of it, and it makes them angry and it makes them bitter. Some people think you're bitter, like you're a bitter bitch, and you're not bitter. That invisible cloak that they feel but can't see, that's like a black hoodie that you're wearing, that's not from bitterness. That's from being treated like shit so much in your life that you have to protect yourself. You know how important it is to protect yourself, to protect your energy, to let the right people in, and to keep the wrong people out. And you don't play anymore because you know, because you lived through it. You know how it is. Okay, we have the world here. And what I'm feeling with this crystal ball, I just feel like you know that ultimately you have the world in your hands. Like, you know, even though things may not be going the way you want them to go, you understand that on some level, it really is how you interact with your environment. It doesn't mean you have good days every day, but you know that you may not have the ultimate control over everything, but there are aspects of your reality that you can control. And you are active in controlling those things. And this is coming up. And you don't mind poisoning a bitch if you have to with this apple. Like you'll take a bitch out if they start to fuck with you. Like you don't have a problem with that. You may have you may be a witch or something like that, or you just may be a Scorpio. Whatever it be, but you don't let like people get by with screwing you over, because you know that you give an inch and they take 500 yards, and because it's been done to you before. So people talk about how like you're not one to play with. The ones who are bitter, who chit chat behind your back, they don't know. But there are people around you who, when you leave the room, they're like, they feel it. These are people who know. They're like, you don't want to mess with that person. You don't want to mess with that queen, because she will rip you up. Because I feel like you stay in your lane, which a lot of super powerful people stay in their lane. They don't mess with you. They don't come looking for trouble. But if you show up on their doorstep and you're looking for trouble, you're going to get that apple, and you don't want to eat it, y'all. You don't want to eat that apple. We have the Ace of Cups here. I think a lot of people, when they meet you and you leave the room, I think they want to offer you like friendship. I think some people think you're really attractive, and they probably want to ask you out or ask for your number or talk to you like privately, or they're attracted to you. They like you. I think people, once they get past that protection layer, they really like you. But there's an element of intimidation with the Queen of Wands as well. And rightly so, because I feel like people who don't get you really shouldn't be in your energy, because you just don't have time for it, and they'll get their feelings hurt. We have the 7 of Coins here. Yeah, I feel like you really concentrate on your work. You concentrate on your money. Your work could be yourself. It could be your actual work. I feel like whatever you do for money really is a focus for you. You may have a lot of earth in your chart. You may be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It may be in some important place in your chart, like it may be your northern node. It may be sun, moon, rising. It may be in your Mars. But I feel like, or Saturn, but I just feel like it's a focus for you, and that's where your focus is, like learning skills, learning abilities, refining, that kind of thing, working hard. You're a very hard worker, and I feel like people notice that about you, especially at work. When you're not in the room, they talk about what a hard worker you are, how dedicated you are. That is intimidating to other people. I feel like for some of you guys at work, people are intimidated by you. Especially your bosses. This is a situation where there may be bosses who are afraid, like supervisors, that you're going to take their job. I'm reminded of that South Park. If you guys watch South Park, where the guys are like, they're going to take our jobs. They're taking our jobs. I'm thinking about that, like just these people freaking out about it. And because of that, you may have a more difficult time at work. People may gossip about you. And it really is because I feel like you keep people at arm's length, because you don't trust people. And you know what? You shouldn't. You shouldn't, because I feel like you are so protected because you've had people fuck you over. You've had people mess you over. So you don't play anymore. And people know it. Like, you're a mystery to so many people. You don't invite people over to your house. You don't break bread with many people anymore. I think you've had friends. I think you've had close relationships, but probably with people who are really dysfunctional. You may have had like, a history with like partying and having like people who had addiction problems. I don't judge people on my channel, but you may have grown out of that and decided you didn't want those kind of people in your life because it led you down your own toxic road. And so you've learned how to protect yourself, and you're learning how to let the right people in right now. And people just don't know what to do because I feel like they're attracted to you. Like there's this attraction here, and there's also this like, I am so fucking scared of this person. Like, I want to go near them, but oh my God, like I'm scared. So you're working on balancing that out. And people know they can't play. So they're a little nervous. We have strength in reverse. Yes. People are weak in the knees. They're a little nervous, y'all. They're a little nervous, like I said before. They don't know really. Yeah. Okay. We have people being led by spirit do not make any sense to those who are not. Yeah. You're very led by your spirits, very led by your ancestors, your spirit guides, your gods, your goddesses. Like you're probably psychic or spooky in some kind of way. And a lot of people may not understand it. And that might be why you protect your energy, because your spirit life, your relationships with the other side are a part of your life. They're a part of who you are. It's what's made you so strong and so protected. Your ancestors protect you. You have very strong ancestors, and it's part of that cloak that's around you, that cloak of mystery, and it's part of this air about you of protection. And I think you may be afraid to kind of share some of your experiences with spirit because you think people won't understand you. And the truth is, some people won't, honey. They won't. Spirit is opening the door for you. And I think that spirit does open doors for you. Absolutely. Spirit opens doors for you. Probably daily. You have signs. You interact with spirit very often, if not daily. It's very intimidating. People don't know what to do with it. I'm going to get a different deck here. And they talk about it. They talk about you being spooky, you being mysterious. Heavy Scorpio here. You may be a Pisces, Cancer, but heavy Scorpio. You may have Scorpio in some important place in your natal chart. Okay, so that's Sun, Moon, Rising. You may have Scorpio in Venus. That can make you real spooky. You may have Scorpio in Mars as well. Okay, tell me more about what people say when my group 1 is not in the room. Also, the problem here is that sometimes when you're super mysterious and super spooky, people read that as not being trustworthy. Okay, so be aware of that. That causes people to like talk behind your back, be two-faced. Like, yeah, they're so like, why can't they get close to people? Like, what's wrong with them? Do they have something to hide? Well, it has to do with the spirit stuff, right? Some of you guys are spirit mediums, or you're very psychic. You have spiritual gifts, or you're just a really gifted witch or magician, or you're just real spooky. There's something about you that's different. I want to use the word odd, but I use that with love. I'm odd. I'm strange. I'm weird. I welcome you to my channel. And you just don't fit in with the normies, okay? The muggles, whatever you want to call them. And so you set yourself aside. And then immediately, the normies, we can call them NPCs, whatever. It sets off their alarms sometimes, and they start chit-chatting with each other. What's wrong with them? Why are they so weird? And they're hating and talking because they can't be as original and wonderful as you, okay? All right, what else do these people say? Coyote, you are leaving the cycle of bad luck and bad karma behind. You are leveling up and getting what is due to you. Okay, so I feel like, first of all, what I'm getting with this card is like people talk about how when, like, they feel like when they mess you over, they get bad luck. Like this has happened to some people. You know it. If you resonate with this, you know it. Like when people mess you over, bad shit happens to them. And it's not necessarily that you throw anything at them or wish anything at them. It's just how it works with you. Because you are the real deal and you are divinely protected. And when people mess with you, bad shit happens. And I feel like all this protection, all this like being removed is because you have leveled up in your life, and people feel that as you feeling like you're better than other people, and you may get those kind of those, not compliments, it's not a compliment, get those kind of comments when you're not in the room. People might be saying, oh, she's stuck up, or they are stuck up, or he's stuck up. Like, they think they're better than us. They think that they don't have to sit here and talk to us at lunch. Like, how dare they not go to lunch with us? Like, some people get really offended at work if you don't go to lunch with them. Lunch is your time. You don't get paid to go to lunch with your coworkers. You don't get paid to go to lunch. I had a supervisor one time. Man, they got so mad when I would not go to lunch with them. And I'm like, I have kids. Lunch is the only time I have to myself during the day. I don't want to go to lunch with you. Go eat your Taco Bell alone, bitch. So, I mean, people take things so personally, right? And you're at work to work, right? So let's get some more cards here. What else do people say about my group 1? I just think you are so in your main character energy, like your bad bitch vibe. Like, you are doing the thing, and people don't know what to do with it, and they can't help but talk about it. We have snake. Let's see. An important transformation has enlightened you, and through it, though it has been painful, it was part of your soul contract for your growth. So you've been through a lot of pain. You've learned a lot of lessons. And because of that, you are very protected and very protective of your energy. You're very faithful to your authentic self. And you don't take any noise from anyone. Good for you. Good for you. Let's get one more card. What else did they say about my group 1? Let's get this card. Skunk. Someone is trying to box you in a corner, and it's giving you anxiety. They underestimate that when you are pushed, you will come out swinging on their ass. So I feel like you give people anxiety. People get nervous around you, okay? Because they sense your power. They are intimidated by you, and they talk about it. Like, ooh, don't piss her off. Don't piss them off. Don't piss him off. Like, you're going to get it if you do. And they won't say anything. This is silent, kind of like, you're not the one that comes up and says, hey, I'm going to get you, kind of thing. No, you move in silence, which makes you terrifying. Okay, let's get you some letters and some charms. Okay, group 1, these are your letters and your charms. Now, these could be your initials, their initials, an important word, a work name, a screen name. Just take what resonates here. Okay, so I'm going to read off your letters for you. Can you guys see them? We have JEDOTFSKM, ZUNHCLRMBAYGQT. That's another G, it's sideways, TA. All right, so I got Jetto here. We have, what was the other one? GQ as well. GTA, Bay. Just take what resonates there. Now we have a lock. This lock does not come out often in my charms. And I'm feeling like you know the power of moving in silence. Like, I feel like when people try to like pump you for info, you have nothing to say. You understand the power of moving in silence and how powerful it is to not tell people the shit you have going on. Like, you have no problem not telling people what's going on in your life. Keep them guessing. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you always keep them guessing. People talk about you. We have the vampire teeth. People would really like to sink their teeth into you and find out what is going on with you. Why are you so quiet all the time? And you're just powerful. We have the witch's hat. Very powerful energy. You are very faithful to yourself. You're one of those people that have learned. We have 2 vampire teeth here. You may have a couple of people gossiping about you, okay? And you probably know it. This isn't probably news to you. Here's a star within a star, another moon and a star. There's a lot of hidden stuff going on. like behind the scenes, orchestrating things. You're very aligned with spirit. I think you're psychic. I think you have some psychic abilities here. I feel I'm hearing like you're divinely favored by a dark goddess. We have a mask here. Yeah, the thing with you with this mask is like you are not wearing a mask to hide yourself. Okay, this is a strategic mask of protection and power. Like you move in silence, you put on the protection of the cloaking, that, the hoodie cloak that I talked about, the mask, because you know that it's nobody's business what you're doing. You're not doing it out of shame, out of hiding. You're doing it because you're protecting yourself, because you know people are treacherous, because you've been messed over before. Okay. And you're working on some things that you are not talking to people about. Okay. We have the bull here, which is often Taurus. It can also be Capricorn. Yeah, we have ancestors around you. There is a doorway. We have a key here. This could be Hecate showing up as well. And we have a ghost here. You may have like I'm feeling like you're just so attuned with spirit. You may be a spirit medium. You may have a presence around you in your house. If you do, you know about it because you communicate with it. For some of you, it's a grandmother spirit or a grandfather spirit, and it's not necessarily one that's super close as far as like in the last 3 to 5 years. It's more like ancestral, okay? And if you know, then you know. All right, group one, that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you want to see more videos like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you, beautiful, magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that were drawn to this really cute ice cream sticker. This is going to be your reading all about what do people say about you when you're not in the room. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal readings. All that information is down in my description box. I will be getting letters, initials, and charms at the end of the reading, and I'll be pulling more cards as I need to for clarity. So let's get into these cards. We have Avenger, light attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on the behalf of society or oneself, shadow attributes, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Avenger. What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attributes, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. All right. Peace, Olive. Time, Courage. Patchouli, Purpose. Rosemary, Memories. Okay, let's do these. We have Honey Badger. People throw shade at you, but you have no fucks left to give. They be wise to move along. Fish. Damn, Gina, no more skimming. Abundance and prosperity is coming to you from spirit. Panther, you see a lot, but you don't say a lot. People think you don't know because you don't say anything, but they are completely wrong about that. Yeah, you don't let people know all the things. You don't let on that you know a lot of the things that you know. Okay, we have the Two of Swords here. We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Page of Coins. And we have the Nine of Coins in reverse. Okay, you guys, you can't really see all those, but okay, first of all, I feel like you're probably an air sign or you have air in an important place in your chart, which is sun, moon, and rising, Venus or Mars, maybe Saturn. Um, and I feel like you're very reflective. People think you're very smart. Okay, you're very smart. I also feel like with this memories card, I feel like a lot of people feel like this weird past life stuff with you. Like they get pulled to like a past life connection, or you may feel it with people, and they talk about like this person feels so familiar. There's something familiar about them. You may get that often in life, like people just are like, God, you seem so familiar. And I feel like with this peace card here, I feel like that's just kind of like your aura is very peaceful. It may be something you project. I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of chaos going on inside with all this Two of Swords and the King of Swords energy, because I feel like you have a very active mind. You may have some anxiety, but I feel like people see you as peaceful. They read you as peaceful. They talk about how you are peace in the storm. I think you may have anxiety, but you appear calm. It's like, and I relate to this, okay, because I do have anxiety, but it's like outwardly you can't tell that I'm having a panic attack or I'm having an anxiety issue because I just keep it under wraps. I'm like a statue, and that's what I'm hearing and feeling here. And I feel like with Panther and Courage here, we may have some Leo energy, some fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well. We have Fish, so that could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Not so much Scorpio, but a lot of Pisces here. And I feel like with purpose and this fish here and the page of coins, which to me I'm seeing like these three coins here, and it's making me think of the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're very focused on like your accomplishments, your work, your money, like getting ahead in life, becoming focused on that kind of thing. Like I feel like they know you're about your work. Virgo energy. You're somebody who is about details. They talk about this. And I do think people want to make new memories with you, like they want to know you. Okay. I feel like with the Three of Wands here, you're a planner. Like you plan things. You're very strategic. You plan your next moves very well. People can count on you. I do feel like with Shapeshifter that people talk about how you have a tendency to be a chameleon. You could be a little social butterfly too. Like if I feel like introvert energy it's almost like when you are required to be social, you'll be social, but you would rather be introverted. And people like being around you. I'm feeling like Leo energy. Like people like being around you. They like, you make people laugh. You're intelligent. They like to have conversations with you, and they talk about this. They like visiting with you. But they also feel like there are times that you like change your personality or change the way you present yourself to kind of match the energy around you. And you mirror back to people like what they give to you. And this may be something you've learned to do like in the corporate world or at business to kind of like network. It may be something you're learning to do or you do strategically. Let's get some more energy here. I'm going to pull some tarot to clarify some of these cards over here. I want to clarify this Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, that's too many. The Nine of Pentacles can be about stability, like getting stable. Okay. And I feel like some people don't see, because of the shapeshifter energy, they may not see you as like the most stable person. Like they like being around you. They like the morphing, like how sometimes you're really serious and sometimes you're a cut up. But there are people who read this as not being stable. And the truth is that this is you just being you, right? There's times that life calls for you to be peaceful. There are times that life calls for you to be joyous and happy. And there are times that calls for you, to get down and work. I feel like you have a lot of reflective energy with the Two of Swords here. I think you're good at making decisions when it comes to business, when it comes to Libra energy, when it comes to like big decisions kind of thing. Little decisions, it takes you a while. Okay, it takes you a while. Okay, clarify this Nine of Coins for me. Tell me more about this Nine of Coins in reverse. Okay, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, and we have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so I feel like when you're not in the room, people talk about I just feel like you have a very active mind. I also feel like people feel like you are not, because of the shapeshifter energy, because of the anxiety energy that I'm feeling here. I feel like some people feel like they can't trust you. Like it may be hard for you to have really solid friendships because people feel like they don't really know the real you, or they feel like you're not being honest because you're always changing, you're always shifting your energy, and it's because you're growing. You believe that life is, a journey, and we're always growing. Okay, and the truth is with this honey badger, you don't really care how people view you. Knowledge is power. So you're watching this because you know it's important to know how people view you. But the bottom line is you're not going to change who you are. You may be a Gemini, you may be an Aquarius. The shape shifting is common, like air signs tend to kind of shift their energy a lot. They can be in their head a lot. The mental space can be extremely active and have anxiety. You may have social anxiety, and that might be why you mirror people in social situations. And so when you're not in the room, when you're not around, they're just like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know. You may be socially awkward, and people read that, and they read that as, not trustworthy, not stable, just not good friend material. And the truth is you're a great friend. You're a great friend. You're very courageous. There's a lot of peace about you. I think you're very dedicated to your friends. I feel like you make great memories with people. You're very loyal with Leo energy here. You're very empathetic. I think that's part of the mirroring as well too. You feel the energy around you and you give it back. You give what you get. And some people don't like that shit. Okay? They don't like it. All right? Okay. Give me some more energy here. Tell me some more stuff about my group 2. What do people say when they're not in the room? The Four of Swords. You don't rest enough. You need to take a break. You're overworked. That's what I hear. You're overworked. You're stressed out, kind of thing. And sometimes I think people are saying you go full in on causes, on jobs, on family or friend situations, and you give, and you don't rest, and you burn yourself out. You're constantly fighting burnout, either from anxiety or overwork. Okay, and you're probably not sleeping very well. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Ten of Swords upright, and we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel wow. I feel people see you as someone who, with the Ten of Swords, I just feel people feel like you cut people off, you don't let people in, or people are afraid to come too close to you because they feel chaotic energy. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, I feel because of all this mental space here and the shape shifting, a lot of times when you put a lot of energy into anything, like work, people, places, and things, you have a hard time moving on. You have a hard time letting go. And people talk about it, You may, when you're going through some stuff, you may talk about it over and over to people. And people are just hey dude, I don't have any more advice for you. It's almost like you beat a dead horse a little bit. And listen, I am not trying to like rip you apart here. Like I am an air sign. So, hey, you, me, we kind of thing, but this is what people say, all right? I think you have a brilliant mind. I think you're very aware of your environment, and I think you reflect a lot because you're trying to figure stuff out. I think you're very realistic about the world. I also think that you have great ideas. I think you're very courageous. I think you're on your purpose. We have patchouli here. Patchouli is about material things, money, resources. And I feel like you are on your purpose, and that's why there's peace here. But I feel like when you're in social situations, there's anxiety. It's almost like there's fear of people. It's almost like you may not like being around people with this Ten of Swords. Like you have issues being around people because you're misunderstood because of this powerful mental space you have. You're very intelligent, okay? And it may not be intelligent, book smart. It may be emotionally intelligent. Like you're aware of, if you have social anxiety, you're aware of it. You're aware of your anxiety. You're aware of your depression. You're aware of not being able to sleep at night. You might not be able to do a whole lot about it. But you're aware of it and you try to do the best you can with it. I do feel like you're highly functional as far as the anxiety goes, because I feel like you know that keeping yourself going is part of the healing process. You do have down days, of course, but I feel like ultimately, no matter how people feel about you or talk about you when you're not in the room, you ultimately do not care, because you know who you are. You've been through enough shit in your life that you know who you are, and you're used to people judging you, because this group is being heavily judged by people. This group is being held to a certain standard by people, and it's almost like for you guys, I feel like this has been something that's been going on probably throughout your life, that people have held you to a certain standard. They've held you had high expectations. This may be something that came from childhood. Maybe you grew up with an expectation of perfectionism from your parents, and this is something that has followed you your whole life, and you just never think you're good enough, and you are good enough. You're brilliant. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. You're very gifted, and the shape-shifting thing may actually be a trauma response. A way you learn to survive from continually being judged as not good enough by people who were supposed to love and accept you for who you really are, okay? Give me some more energy for my group too. Give me some more energy. What do people say when they're not in the room? Let people judge you. Let them judge you. They don't matter, okay? It's a reflection of them. You're coming out of the caterpillar stage. See, that's what you've been doing. You are going to emerge as a butterfly. You are transforming. And people are judging you through this transformation. Let them judge you. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know what the fuck is up, okay? They don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know why your mental space is so active. They don't know why you have so much anxiety. And it's because you've been going through some deep, deep stuff. You've been healing like deep levels of like trauma and issues and problems that stem from your root chakra. And I feel like if they knew half the shit you've been through, they wouldn't be talking about you like this. They wouldn't be judging you so harshly. Let them judge, okay? Right now, you're not moving on. Like in the Eight of Cups here, you're not moving on. You're in a pause. You're in a healing pause. You're not stagnant. You're reflecting. You are actively like working on your issues, okay? People feel it, and it just reads as instability. Because working on your issues can make you appear that way to other people. But you don't have to explain it to them. Okay, we have, if you are brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. Okay, so you're probably, with the Ten of Swords here, you're cutting some people out. You're letting some situations go. And people are saying, the people you're cutting out, this family, friends, are saying you're not stable. There's something mentally wrong with you. Okay, and it's not. You're not there's nothing mentally wrong with you. You're actually getting right. You're getting peace. You're on your purpose. You're being courageous, and you're cutting off people who no longer serve you, okay? Who are no longer good for you, right? You're tired of being denied. The Page of Coins, I feel like, you're on a new start. 3 of Wands, you're getting there. You're beginning to go to the next level. You're getting out of the caterpillar stage. Okay. Whenever you feel lonely, just close your eyes and say, Divine Source is with me. You're healing, okay? And there's something very divinely protected going on with you. So don't let what people say about you distract you or knock you off course. And I don't think you will. I think this probably just validates what you've already probably thought, All right, let's get into your initials and your charms. Okay, group 2, these are your letters and your charms. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so just take what resonates here. These could be your initials, the people talking about you, their initials. It could be a screen name. It could be something meaningful like a job initials, like initials of your job or work or whatever. So take what resonates here. We have ITZSKOOPCBJTEDANEMA GCYSLFANQYF. Wow. We have Coop, we have BJ, we have Ted, we have Anima, we have Fan. Wow, lots of words just popped out there. Okay, so we have this charm here. I love this charm. It says, may you always have a shell in your pocket and sand between your toes. So staying grounded. I think that people think you're very smart, again, with the owl here. I do think people gossip about you. Let's see, what else do we have here with the charms? We have the indigenous ancestors charm, the Native American charm. This is a coin from Illinois that's connected to an indigenous ancestors, Native Americans. And I feel like you're very protected. I feel like you're working on something deeper that people just don't know. They just don't know what you're healing, okay? We have the pumpkin here. This is about harvest. I feel like you're also working very hard on your bag, on your work, okay? And work for you is more than money, okay? There is like fulfillment in your job, fulfillment. And I think part of your harvest is coming from this Ten of Swords, of the things you're letting go from. I think you're letting go of quite a few patterns, like toxic patterns. I think you are reassessing your work and what you do. I think you're getting on your life purpose. And because of that, you're making room for more prosperity and abundance. The cards speak of prosperity and abundance here. But we have the death, the skull and crossbones. We have another skull here. Again, the caterpillar stage, you're moving out of it. You're going through a death cycle. You're letting things go. And people don't know really how to read people who are going through this, because there's so much going on in your mind. There's so much reflection. There is so much deep thought, meditative thought. There's so much, like, you may be doing a lot of shadow work. Okay. And a lot of times when we work deeply in our shadow for long periods of time, our energy gets kind of weird. And people don't really know how to read it. It comes off as anxiety. And if you already have anxiety and social anxiety, and you already are up late at night and all that stuff, you can already be in a weird space. So when you're around people, it just reads as awkwardness, because you're not really grounded. You're not really settled. You're in a transition. Okay. So, people are going to read that weird. Don't let that get to you. These people who are judging you, because I feel like you are being judged pretty harshly, don't let that bother you. Okay, don't let that be a detour. Just keep focused on what you're doing, okay? Because you're being very brave. I think you're making changes in your life that is very difficult, and I feel like that's what you need to focus on. What is this card? This card is staring at me. Summer is filled with the flavor of fun and nostalgia. Okay, so I feel like summertime is going to be a really good time for you. You may find that you get more peace, that your social life is more stable. You may feel more stable in the summertime. You may have something where, like, you have that depression, seasonal depression. In summer, springtime, you may just feel lighter and more social, and your energy may even out a little bit. So when you can get some sunshine, it might help you with this struggle. It's not really a struggle. It's more like a journey that you're on and that you're dealing with. Yeah, that's what I got for you, Group 2. I hope this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you want to see more videos like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you, beautiful, magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 3, all of you that were drawn to this chocolate frosted cupcake, this is going to be your reading all about what do people say about you when you're not in the room. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I will be pulling more cards as I go. I will also be getting letters, initials, charms at the end of the session. So, all right, let's get into these cards. We have Child Eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, the shadow attribute, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay. Let's see. We have Virgin, light attributes, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit, shadow attributes, fear of intimate union. Okay, interesting. We have Slave, light attributes, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attributes, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Okay. We have Sage, purification. We have Apple, forbidden. We have Mugwort, intuition. I'm going to move these up here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get the tarot. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Hierophant. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Tower in reverse. We have the Magician. Okay. This is really interesting energy. We have the Wolf. You are the leader of the pack, and you leave no one behind. It's your way of life, but be watchful of who you break bread with. Great advice. In any situation, that's good advice. Fox, someone is watching you and low-key hating, seeing the blessings coming for you. They are angry and jealous, but won't show it around you. We have Black Widow Spider. Damn, they fucked around and caught feelings for you. Now they don't want to be without you. What do people say when you're not in the room? Okay, first of all, I feel like some people think that you're a pushover, like you're weak. They mistake your niceness, your kindness, and your compassion for weakness, okay? And I'm just going to say these are simple-ass motherfuckers who do this. I think you're very kind. I think you're very compassionate. And it's because of all the shit you've been through with the Tower, okay? And I feel like people feel like you are naive. They talk about how naive you are, but you see a lot. You see a lot. You just don't say a lot. Okay. It's almost like, and this is what I'm feeling. They see the sheep. Okay. The sheep, but it's really a wolf. Okay. It's really a wolf, right? The magician hides behind the sheep. We have the wolf here. Okay. They think that you're this like very traditional, studious. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a great way to be. Okay. But they talk about how you're like very cookie cutter, same, vanilla, even kind of plain Jane ordinary, okay? There's nothing sparkly about you. But what they don't understand, it's almost like I'm getting like a super villain or superhero disguise. It's like the magician is disguised as his hierophant. And boom, by night, we have the magician, okay? That's what it feels like. And I feel like people think you're a nervous person with a Nine of Swords, like you're a worrier. They feel like you're this, like you don't have it together. Um, it's really strange because I don't feel like this is a good, people don't have a good grasp on who you really are because you are this magician, okay? Your intuition is popping. And the thing is that some people are very attracted to you, okay? Very attracted to you. Like they think you're hot, you're beautiful. Like they want that thing. And there are people, okay, let's take what resonates here, y'all. There are people who think you're submissive. Like there are dominants who pick up on your energy who think you're submissive. Take what resonates. We don't judge people for their lifestyle choices on this channel, okay? All right, so tell me more about this energy. I want to know more. I feel like it's almost like you're comfortable in your skin. So, you know, you come off like a lamb, but you're really the wolf. You're the wolf in sheep's clothing. And so, you know, you don't want to mess with this person. And I feel like, what do we have? We have the Eight of Wands here. Yes. You're very powerful. There's a lot of power here. Here we have, you may be a Gemini. We have this very ordinary looking feminine energy. And then we have this wild looking zombie roller skating chick. That is you. That is your energy. Gemini energy, Aquarian energy. Yeah, just like... Like they have no idea. You know, there may be aspects of your life that most people don't know. Maybe the hidden aspects. Maybe you're in the broom closet. Maybe you have lifestyle stuff going on that people don't know. I think there's a wildness about you that some people pick up on. But I think when you're not in the room, they talk about like how sweet you are, how wonderful you are. Like you're just this like cute person. They can always count on you. You're so kind and compassionate and giving. And meantime, you know, you are this. You're this energy. You can be like bratty. You can be like, you can be hot-tempered. It's almost like you save this part of yourself for certain people, certain situations. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. All right. Yeah, I feel like people, it's almost like people think they have to be gentle with you, which is kind of cool, right? Because it does make life a little easier. Now, I'm getting the term pretty privilege. Okay, so some of you guys may be really pretty, really beautiful, like traditionally, like all American, pretty kind of thing. And that might make your life a little bit more easier. Just take what resonates here. No judgment either way. Okay. But the truth is you've been through some stuff. Okay. There's a forbidden element about you. And I think it's because you're so sweet. You're so giving, you're so compassionate, that sometimes it activates certain masculine energies. We all have masculine energies, okay? And they kind of want to like, like, I don't, they kind of like want to like devour you. Like they want to devour this apple. Like they want to rip it apart kind of thing. And not in a bad way. Well, I mean, depending on your disposition, I guess. Tell me more about this. It's like simmering sexuality, okay? Yeah. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's almost like a hot librarian, okay? That kind of energy, all right? Yeah. We have the devil. Yes. People are very attracted to you. And when you're not in the room, they talk about it. They're like, oh, yes, that sweet, kind person, but man, there's something about them. There's something about that person. Like, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting, okay? But do not judge me for what I'm about to say, all right? Because it's very, it could, and I mean it in a playful way, okay? But I'm going to tell you, it's like I would like to tie them to my radiator for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? I would like to tie them up in my basement. Bondage bunny kind of thing. Okay, we're going to keep it PG-13. If you know what that is, then you know what I'm saying. Okay, 3 of Cups. And this is like wedding stuff. Like, I would like to couple up with this person. We could have a good time. Kind of thing. Like, you bring out the wicked, uh, you bring out the wickedness in people and like masculine energies. They like want to like, and it's not tame you because you appear tame. So they want to bring out the more wild aspects of you, which they don't know, but you're already aware of your wild aspects. You don't need them brought out, but you do bring them out to play every now and then. And it's none of their fucking business, is it? I love this energy. It's like you're so kind and so compassionate. You bring the cookie squares to work, and you're good to your neighbors and you're good to your friends. Lots of beautiful Cancer energy, very nurturing, Taurus energy, very homey. You probably have a lot of really good friends if that resonates. But you may like to read, you may have some hobbies, but there is a powerful level of attraction with you that people talk about, okay? And they can't, like, yeah, death. Scorpio. You have Scorpio, maybe in Venus, maybe it's a rising sign, might be a moon. I don't think you're a Scorpio sun, but you might be. But there is something that people find untapped with you, even though you've tapped it, okay? But they feel like it's untapped and it's their mission to tap it, and they talk about it, okay? And I feel like this is masculine energies talking about you. I think the feminine energies talking about you talk about how sweet you are, how kind you are, how loving you are, what a good friend you are. I think you're really there for people, and I think people love that. I think there's an innocence about you. And that innocence, for some people, is a real turn on. Like, because I feel like it's rare. There's something very wholesome about you. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that wholesomeness brings out like an animalistic kind of desire in some people, and they talk about it, like how hot you are. For some of you guys, you may dress like, I'm getting like pin-uppy, or you may dress like in like pencil skirts, or there's something about the way you dress that you think is very conservative, but it's actually accentuating yourself in a way that makes you more desirable. It's like if you dress conservatively, it is actually making people more like attracted to you. They feel like the simmering sensuality and sexuality underneath your surface, and it drives them absolutely insane, you guys. Like one of these days, me and them are going to have a talk. Yes. Because there are people who are highly attracted to you. And if you have a partner, people are still attracted to you, and they talk about it. Okay. Now there are a few people who are like, there's something, nobody can be that nice. So you're always going to have those kind of people who are like, you know, think you're hiding something. But I don't think you're hiding this part of yourself. I think you're just like, that's for appropriate places. You know, that's for an appropriate person. That's for, that's how you think and that's how you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But I don't want you to think that there are some people who don't pick up on it, because they do. Okay. They do. It's an energy, honey. Okay. We have emptiness, loneliness, void of spirit. Okay. So I feel like with this, I feel like people want to know you more. Like these people who desire you, like people get really hung up on you. The people who are attracted to you, like they talk about wanting you and things like that. Like I'm seeing like people at the gym talking about you. Some of you guys may go to a gym and work out and you're very kind, you're very sweet. I'm seeing someone who's real bubbly at the gym, like talking to people, being very wholesome. And let me tell you something, there's somebody, a group of people watching you work out. Okay, there's some kind of machine that you sit on and you like are doing like inner leg work. Okay, this is getting very intense. Okay, and they're watching you anyway, and they miss you. Like they want to know you more. They're lonely for you. Okay, they feel a void when you're not around. Like yeah, they want to be in your energy, if you know what I'm saying. And then we have friendship. A strong bond is coming your way, friendship. I think you're a really great friend, and I think people talk about it. I think you're a really great friend. I think you're generally good to people. I think you're the kind of person that if you see someone being mean to like someone who works in customer service or the service industry, I think you say something. I think you tip really well. I think you just treat people with respect and dignity. And, you know, that's rare nowadays. And it's a good thing to show other people how to do. It's like you model that behavior. All right. And it makes you even more attractive to people. All right. People talk very good of you. There are some people who think you're fake. All right. And that just comes, hey, we're always going to have some people judge us, right? Some people are going to judge us. Okay. Give me one more card for my group 3. What do people say when they're not in the room? What do people say? This one. We have voices from the other side. Yeah, what I'm getting here is that this is people talking about you, okay, when you're not in the room. People gossiping about you. And I feel like the other side is like masculine energies. It doesn't matter what the vessel is, okay? So I feel like there's just a lot of attraction to you, and that just validates it for me. A few of you, though, are deeply connected to the other side. You may have like, for some of you, there is a spirit around you, and it feels like a sister, sibling, cousin, something like that, a brother who has passed over, or a friend. It feels like a peer of some kind that's around you and maybe guiding you as well. If that resonates, then that's for you. All right, let's get you some initials, letters, and charms. Okay, group 3, these are your letters and your charms. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. These could be your initials, their initials, a name, a word, a screen name, something meaningful. Okay, we have XATNTAEOMZ MNFUWPRDBUOCJEIU. Well, we have FU there. So that's nice. All right. So we have seashells here, water sign energy, that Cancer energy. It's really intense. Pisces, Scorpio as well. We have this moon charm with the star. We have the witch's hat. Yeah, I feel like you bring out like this power dynamic with people. We have 3 stars here. I think you shine really brightly. I think you just really do. I just get this energy of smiling. Like I can't stop smiling as I connect with your energy. I think you make people really happy. I think you brighten people's day and people talk about that. You're the kind of person that like when you walk in the office, people are like, oh, hi, Sheila's here. Or hi, Brad's here. Or hi, Thelma's here. Or whatever your name is, Hi, they're here. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel like, when you go around and talk to people like at school or at work or your social, like when you greet people online or whatever, I feel like you Your presence is a stress reliever. I think you're just really, really good with people. Your job may require you to be good with people. You may be a nurse. You may be a caregiver too. Just take what resonates, because we have this heart with the nurse sign. And I feel like if you're a parent, I think you're a really good parent. You're very compassionate. Okay. You're very giving. It also, okay. So this is not going to be for everybody. We have the Saturn charm here. This is not going to be for everybody. Okay, so, but I'm just going to say it because it's coming through. Okay, but for some of you who define yourself as this alternative lifestyle label of like being submissive, I think you're a very good submissive. Okay, you're an excellent submissive. And you're also very guarded with that though, because you know that when you go there, you go there. Okay, so just take what resonates. That's just what I'm getting. Don't judge me. Okay. You're also, we have the ghost here. I feel like you're very connected there. For some of you, there is a spirit around you that's guiding you. You may have a guardian angel. You may feel like you have a guardian angel. This may be someone who's passed over. I feel like a friend. It could be someone, trigger warning, that passed over from like a self passed over situation. I don't want to say the word here. But they're around you and they're helping guide you. They're like an angel, like a guardian angel for you. Okay. And I feel like there are people who talk about like, I don't know why I'm getting so much of a sexual vibe for group 3, but I just feel like that's what people talk about when you're not around. Like, I feel like there are some energies, even some feminine energies that talk about, I would like to see her or them or him wear this. I would like to see them in this outfit, or I would like to see them with their hair like this. They would look good with this. Like, people are interested in dressing you up like a doll or something. That's really interesting. Like, it's like people see you as something sometimes to mold, or you're so adorable, you're so cute, they like you so much. Now, it doesn't mean that you see yourself this way. This is how other people see you. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I got for you, group 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you, beautiful, magical creatures, next time. Bye, guys.